Hey, shalom, shalom. It's Fallen Yeshua. Welcome again to The Rock. There's that saying, that goes along with, the Agenda 2030 or the Great Reset. There's that saying that the powers that be will have it so that you own nothing and are happy. And we always talk about that in the future tense, like it's coming, it's not here yet. By the way, forgive me for my appearance. I have not been sleeping well. I have been busy getting shit done, GSD, and I'm tired. Looking forward to the Shabbat, and then Atonement, and then Feast of Tabernacles. But anyways, I digress. That saying is, you will own nothing and be happy. And we always hear about it in the future tense. And I would submit, for the majority of people, they already are there. It's not some future context thing. It's something that's already happened. Look at the average person who lives in the city. What can they actually say that they own? So when the powers that be say that, I don't think that they're talking about you're not going to own your shirt, you're not going to own your underwear, you're not going to own your pencil. When I hear that saying, I envision it meaning the things that bring life. Excuse me. The things that bring life. Food, shelter, transportation, work, education. They will own that. And you will be happy. Essentially, they will own you. But if you look at your average person in the city, are they renting or do they own? How about vehicles? Most people lease their vehicles. And then, or they'll get it financed for 5 or 6 years. They'll start paying it off, and then they'll trade it in and get the newest version. The Bible says the rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is a servant to the lender. Let's just be honest, brothers. A lot of you are one bad temper tantrum away from being single. If your wife is not happy, if you didn't make her happy, if you didn't juggle or entertain her, if she's not excited and happy and having fun, you're at jeopardy of losing her. If you lost your job, you'd probably lose her. For some of y'all, your dog even ran away. Damn. So, when they say you will own nothing and be happy, that is what we are headed to. Not just what we are headed to, but a lot of people are already there. When you look at the New World Order or the powers that be and the context that they say things in, that's what they mean. Your children go to school. You don't really even own your children. They're not even really your children. A lot of these school districts now have given children the ability to make decisions on what sex they are going to be without your permission. They can pursue that without parental consent. So literally, the system can change what your child is. Your child can go to school one day, a boy, and be transitioning into a girl right in front of your eyes. But because we financed everything in our life, and we're trying to keep up with the Joneses and trying to impress people that don't matter, we end up having to send our children to a school system that we can acknowledge is not teaching them the right thing. Even your faith, even your religion, it's my faith. But for most people, it's their religion. Even your religion is subcontracted to you by some pastor. It's not even yours. You own the Bible, but you can't read it and you can't understand it. So you subcontract your faith out to the man that I guess looks the best in his long garments and says the right words to you. Heap upon yourselves teachers having itching ears. Whoever scratches that itch, you have the most. They talk about the thing that I know people who run the pastors because their pastor talks about women. Oh man, my pastor, he be getting at women. That's why I like him. You like your pastor because he likes to berate women. Impressive. Or because your pastor likes to promise you salvation even though you ain't keeping the law. Or your pastor wants to, not even keeping the law, but you're not really even following Yeshua. You can't even define sin. What is sin? Sin is transgression of the law. Well, which law? That's in the renewed covenant. So most of the things that we have aren't even ours. It's somebody else's. I was talking to a couple of brothers and some sisters, and I was letting them know, most of the things that we think we believe aren't even ours. Our ideas aren't even ours. Most of the ideas that you have are subcontracted to you. Somebody gave you that idea. We don't even know how to think today. We don't know how to question anything. We just take it, hook, line, and sinker. Our food is subcontracted out. Our food, you eat whatever they have and you're going to be happy. It doesn't matter if it's making you sick. It doesn't matter if it's killing you. You're just going to be happy. And that's where we are, is that everything that you do is literally at a point where it's given to you. You don't own it. You don't know where it came from. You don't know what's in it. You don't even know if you believe it. But you're taking it because you have to. And you're going to smile. There's a saying that I talk to the sisters a lot about. I say, people, we learn to live in our shit. You look at babies sometimes and they'll, dirty their diaper. And you're looking at them and they'll just be running around stinking. They're just running around stinking. And you're like, that cannot be comfortable. But I guess after a while, after doing it for a while, it does become comfortable. It becomes comfortable to, and it's acceptable to stink. Maybe the only time they want it changed is when their butt starts burning. And I see that all the time. You go to Walmart, you'll see it. You'll walk by a child, you're like, looking at it like, ma'am, you gonna take that baby to the changing area and fix that? This is where we are. Hold on. So that's just where we are. We are already at a point where a large majority of the population already owns nothing and is happy. They own very little, very little. It's like the personal things, like this tool right here. Well, it's mine. I own it. I own this tool. Yeah, but they own the apartment complex, or they own the house you're renting and the land that it's on. They own that. And you're just happy that you get to have this. When do we as people stop being happy over the scraps from Longshank's table, Braveheart reference, and when are we going to be happy living the life that Yah had for us? Doing the things and obeying the one who created all things. Why are we always happy with bullshit? Is it because working to have the things that Yah would have for you is too tough? It requires too much work? It seems that it's more convenient to own nothing and be happy. Hey, because there's a responsibility. If you don't own it, then somebody else has to take care of it. If I don't own my apartment, then somebody else has to pay for the repairs. And if the pipe breaks, somebody else has to, and somebody else has to, and somebody else has to, until you realize that when they don't want you there anymore, because you're not playing the game that they want you to play, then you don't have a place to live anymore. And they literally control you. From cradle all the way to grave. Bless you. Something to think about. Is it something that's so far in the future? Are we waiting 6 years for this time that comes, the Great Reset? Or have they already implemented in a large majority of people's lives? And while they're looking ahead for the year 2030, they're already there now. Shalom.